The countdown elements from the Thrive editor are great tools if you want to actively show your visitors how much time is left until a special event that you might be hosting, or until a sale or a limited time promotion from your website. These elements work just as timers do, and they basically count backwards from a date you set when configuring the element. They are also a great way to boost conversions because you are using urgency and scarcity as a means of encouraging the users to buy or to subscribe to your mailing list. Now I have here my landing page. Let's just drag and drop the element to my canvas, pick a template, and there it is. So now let's use the options of the left sidebar to see what we can do here. So from this first section, you can quickly go back to the template library and choose another design for your element. Keep in mind though that if you decide to change the template after you've customized your element, then all those changes will be lost. Okay, now back to the main options. Here's what we can do next. If you enter the edit design mode, it will mean that all these smaller items and elements that are making up the countdown timer can be edited and customized. Now let's have a look at the options from here. So for example, if you only want to show the timer with hours and minutes, you can simply deselect the days from here, and this will instantly convert the remaining days to hours. And now from this toggle, you can enable or disable the separators that are placed within your tiles. These two can be customized if you want. Simply click here on the separator and then change the existing symbol with another one. Then click anywhere outside this field, and as simple as that, you've managed to change the separator. Now you might have noticed that as soon as I clicked on the separators, this new section has appeared here. And from here, I can basically select what group of items can be modified by me at once, so as an entire group. So we have the labels, the tiles, the digits, and lastly the separators. So for example, if I set it to labels, it will mean that the group styling feature allows me to bring changes to all these items, so all the labels of my countdown timer, by doing just one minor tweak here. So for example, if I want to make my text in a darker shade and then also make it bold, I just had to make this change here, but it was applied to all my labels. Now, of course, the options from here might vary depending on the design you've chosen for the entire countdown element. However, the basic principle behind them is the same. You can use them to change the color, size, font, text formatting, and so on. But what if you want to change only the formatting of this particular text? You can do that simply by disabling the group styling feature if you click on this little lock. So it was green before, signaling the fact that the group styling is active. Once I clicked it, it was disabled, so this means that if I'm gonna make a minor tweak now, it will only be applied to this text on which I've disabled the group styling feature. Okay, in addition to this, what I also want to show you here is this panel where you can decide how the timer looks in various states. So you have the active and expired states, so feel free to also play around with the options available for the expired one, should you want to change the appearance or the text that will be displayed to those visitors who have missed out on your offer. Now, when you're done customizing your timer, you can simply return to the main options by clicking on this Done button. So now let's go through the set of options available here. So use this toggle if you want to disable the Smart Colors feature. At the moment, this was active, which means that the element has inherited the theme colors of my page and will match the already existing colors that are visible throughout my page. But of course, if you choose to disable it, you will have this color box and you can just pick a different color for your element. Next, you can drag this slider to adjust the size of the element, and here you can set the end date of the timer. If you want to get more specific with the end time, you can add here a number of hours and minutes. So this means that you can increase the time with the exact number of hours and minutes you are adding here. And this is where you can view the time zone details. You cannot change anything from here, but you can adjust them from the general settings of your WordPress account. Lastly, we have these two options that we've already covered in the previous minutes. So the only thing left to do is to show you how to use the other countdown element that's available within our editor. And of course, I'm talking about the countdown evergreen one. So let's just go here in the right sidebar once more and drag and drop the countdown evergreen timer to my page. Alright, so the main difference between these two types of elements lies in the fact that the evergreen one will show the same time frame to everyone regardless when they are landing on your page. So for this one, if a visitor will land on my page 3 days from now, it will naturally show 27 days instead of 30. However, the time details that I'm setting here for the Evergreen one will be exactly the same for anyone, regardless when they are landing on my page. So if one person sees this timer today, it will show 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute left until the campaign ends. But if a different person will see this exact same page in a different day, it will still show the same amount of time for that person because the campaign is set to be an evergreen one. So each person will have his or her own timeline, starting the moment they have landed on your page. Now for the countdown evergreen one, you cannot pick an actual date. You can just set the time from here, and much like the countdown timer, this element too can be customized and set up from the left sidebar options. So the features and options are basically the same. Now there's one more thing you can also do here, and that is to set the timer to start again after a certain amount of time. And this would be it. This is how you can use the countdown elements from the Thrive editor. As usual, we have many more tutorials of this type available in our knowledge base, so feel free to check those out if you want to learn more about our products, and also don't hesitate to check out our YouTube channel for other walkthrough videos.